The cosmic egg, also known as the world egg or mundane egg, is a mythological concept found in the cosmogonies of many cultures and civilizations. But what exactly is it? Imagine an egg. Simple, right? But in these myths, this isn't just any egg. This egg, upon hatching, gives rise to the entire universe or brings forth a primordial being who then creates everything we know. It's a powerful symbol of life, creation, and the beginning of all things. Many cultures have their own versions of the cosmic egg, but the basic concept is same, that when it cracked open, the heavens and the earth were formed. But why an egg? Well, think about it. First, we start from Chinese mythology. In Chinese mythology, the universe began in a state similar to a chicken's egg. This cosmic egg held within it the primordial chaos, a mix of yin and yang, the fundamental forces of the universe. After 18,000 years, the egg finally opened, and the lighter elements rose to form the heavens, while the heavier elements sank to become the earth. But that's not all. According to a version of this myth from Zhejiang province, Pangu, the first living being and creator, found himself trapped within this dark, stuffy egg. Feeling discomfort, Pangu shattered the egg into pieces. As the shell broke apart, the heavens and the earth began to form. The lighter parts of the shell rose to create the sun, moon, and stars, illuminating the universe with their celestial glow. Pangu then set about shaping the world. He stood between heaven and earth, pushing them apart and creating the space in which we live. With each day, the sky grew 10 feet higher, the earth 10 feet wider, and Pangu himself grew 10 feet taller, ensuring the separation of these realms. After thousands of years, Pangu's task was complete. With his last breath, he gave life to the world around him. His eyes became the sun and the moon, his blood the rivers, and his breath the wind. His voice thundered across the skies, and his body formed the mountains and valleys. Even his hair became the stars that twinkle in the night sky. Next, we have the Dogon mythology from Burkina Faso. In Dogon mythology, the creator god Amma takes the form of an egg. This cosmic egg is not merely a symbol, but a blueprint of the universe itself, divided into 4 sections representing the elements of air, fire, water, and earth. These divisions also establish the 4 cardinal directions, mapping out the cosmos in its entirety. However, the first attempt at creation by Amma was a failure. Not deterred, Amma planted a seed within herself, leading to the formation of 2 placentas, each containing a pair of twins. One of these twins, Ogo, grew restless and broke out prematurely, attempting to create his own universe. His efforts were in vain, and in his defiance, he descended to Earth, disrupting Amma's creation. Amma, however, took a fragment of Ogo's placenta and transformed it into the Earth. Ogo's interference didn't end there. He committed an act of incest with the earth, further complicating creation. To restore order, Amma sacrificed Ogo's twin, Nomo, scattering parts of his body across the world. These scattered parts brought a semblance of order to the chaotic universe. 5 days later, Amma reconstituted Nomo, bringing him back to life. Nomo then became the ruler of the universe, creating 4 spirits who became the ancestors of the Dogon people. Amma sent Nomo and these spirits to Earth in an ark to populate the world, bringing life and order from chaos. In Dogon mythology, this tale is not just a story of creation, but also one of conflict, sacrifice, and restoration. It speaks to the duality of existence, the perpetual dance between order and chaos, and the eternal quest for balance. Now, let's journey to the land of ancient Egypt, where multiple creation myths coexisted, each offering a unique vision of the universe's birth. One of the most fascinating of these is the Hermopolitan creation myth, centered around the concept of the cosmic egg. The ancient city of Hermopolis, known as Khemnu or Eight Town, holds the key to this myth. The name Eight Town refers to the Ogdoad, a group of 8 primordial gods. These gods are divided into 4 male and 4 female deities, with the males bearing frog heads and the females serpent heads. In the primordial chaotic waters that existed before creation, the Ogdoad played a crucial role. Through their actions, a cosmic egg was formed. While different versions of the myth offer varying accounts of the egg's origins, the essence remains the same. This egg was the seed of all creation. From the cosmic egg emerged a deity who would go on to shape the world. Alongside this, the first land, known as the primeval mound, rose from the chaotic waters. Upon this mound, a lotus blossom bloomed, heralding the birth of the sun god. With the sun god's arrival, the formation of the rest of creation could finally proceed. We now turn our gaze towards the ancient civilizations of Greece and Rome. Our first stop is with the Roman author Marcus Terentius Varro, who lived in the 1st century BC. He likened heaven and earth to an eggshell and its yolk, respectively. The air, he suggested, was represented by the moisture acting as a form of humidity between the shell and yolk. But the story doesn't end there. Within this egg, a creature began to grow until it finally broke open to reveal a being that was both male and female named Thanatos. Thanatos' emergence brought forth light, which in turn gave rise to substance, prudence, motion, and coition. These elements combined to create the heavens and the earth. Next, we come to the mythology of ancient India. Hindu mythology offers a captivating vision of the universe's origins, centered around the concept of the Cosmic Egg, or Hiranyagarbha. In one Vedic myth, the earliest phase of the cosmos involves a boundless primordial ocean. From this cosmic ocean, an egg arises, floating in the infinite waters. Over the course of 100 divine years, this egg undergoes a miraculous transformation. Finally, it splits open, forming heaven from its upper part and earth from its lower part. Another ancient text says that the primordial ocean gives rise to an egg, but this time the god Prajapati emerges from it after 1 year. Prajapati, the lord of creation, brings forth the cosmos from his speech and breath, creating the gods and anti-gods in the process. The Rig Veda, one of the oldest and most revered texts in Hindu tradition, speaks of a golden embryo, the Hiranyagarbha, situated on high waters. This golden embryo is the source from which all creation develops. Now we turn our gaze towards the Nordic lands. Finnish mythology, beautifully encapsulated in the Kalevala, offers a captivating tale of the world's creation from the fragments of a cosmic egg. In this ancient epic, the goddess of the air, Ilmatar, longs for a son. To fulfill her desire, she and the east wind unite, and from their union, Vainamoinen, the child of the wind, is conceived. However, Ilmatar finds herself unable to give birth. It is then that a pakard, a type of diving duck, descends and impregnates her. This divine interaction results in the birth of 6 golden cosmic eggs and 1 iron egg. The pakard, protective of these precious eggs, sits on them, inadvertently sitting on Ilmatar as well. With a shift in the air goddess's movement, the eggs roll into the sea and break apart. From the broken shell's lower fragment, the solid earth is fashioned. The upper fragment rises to form the lofty arch of heaven. The yolk transforms into the sun's bright luster, while the white portion becomes the radiant moon. The mottled parts of the egg turn into the stars that adorn the night sky, and the blackish parts float in the air as thunderclouds. As William Forsell Kirby translated in 1906, "In the ooze they were not wasted, nor the fragments in the water, but a wondrous change came over them, and the fragments all grew lovely. From the cracked egg's lower fragment, now the solid earth was fashioned. From the cracked egg's upper fragment rose the lofty arch of heaven. From the yolk, the upper portion, now became the sun's bright luster. From the white, the upper portion, rose the moon that shines so brightly. Whatso in the egg was mottled, now became the stars in heaven. Whatso in the egg was blackish in the air as cloudlets floated." We now turn to the ancient religion of Zoroastrianism. In Zoroastrian cosmography, the universe is depicted with a fascinating analogy that likens the cosmos to an egg, a concept that surprisingly aligns with various other mythologies we've explored. In Zoroastrian belief, the sky is envisioned as a vast spherical structure with an outer boundary known as a parkin. This idea is thought to have origins tracing back to Aristotle's philosophical musings. Within this spherical sky lies the earth, also spherical, existing harmoniously within the cosmic bounds. The outer shell of the egg represents the spherical sky, encompassing and protecting all within. Meanwhile, the earth is symbolized by the inner round yolk, central and vital to the cosmic structure. In modern cosmology, as the concept of a true singularity came under increasing criticism, alternative non-singular cosmic egg, emergent universe scenarios started being developed. In 1913, Vesto Slipher published his observations that light from remote galaxies was redshifted, which was gradually accepted as meaning that all galaxies, except Andromeda, are receding from the Earth. Alexander Friedmann predicted the same consequence in 1922 from Einstein's equations of general relativity, once the previous ad hoc cosmological constant was removed from it, which had been inserted to conform to the preconceived eternal static universe. Georges Lemaitre proposed in 1927 that the cosmos originated from what he called the primeval atom. Edwin Hubble observationally confirmed Lemaitre's findings 2 years later in 1929. In the late 1940s, George Gamau's assistant cosmological researcher Ralph Alpher proposed the name Elam for the primordial substance that existed between the Big Crunch of the previous universe and the Big Bang of our own universe. Elam is closely related to the concept of supersymmetry. In conclusion, the concept of the cosmic egg is a fascinating and recurring theme across various mythologies and modern cosmology. It symbolizes the birth of the universe, the origin of life, and the interconnectedness of all things. But is it true? You tell in the comments?